I'm Meenakshi, Assistant Professor, Government First Grade College, Chikballapur. I will discuss for first BSc class first semester session 5, that is motion under motion and friction. I will discuss session 5, friction. The content of this lecture covers definition of friction, types of friction, coefficient of friction and laws of friction. First, let us know the meaning of friction. So, in our daily life, we might have come across different types of motion. Just while walking or while cycling, we felt some opposing force in our daily life. So, what is that opposing force? So, the force experienced by our movement when we just walk or when we throw ball, it just moves to certain extent and after certain time it comes to rest. Why this is happening? Because of frictional force exerted by the surface on the motion of the object. So the opposing force exerted by the surface on the moving body, that is called as frictional force. So let us see through some example. So if we just push some block on the surface, maybe some table or maybe on some horizontal surface, see the diagram. So when the body just slides over another body, so here some resisting force, it opposes the motion of that object, that is at the contact surface. So this resisting force, it was developed by that surface, is called as frictional force. Suppose just if we move some book on the table, so when we move the book, it moves through some distance and after certain distance here it stops because of that resistive force. Similarly, if we throw some ball, it moves through certain extent and after certain time it comes to rest. Why this is happening? Because of frictional force. Therefore, every body either may be in rest condition or in movement, it will experience some resistive force. That resistive force is called as friction. Here in friction there are two categories. Generally, first one is called as static friction, second one is called as dynamic friction. Generally it is discussed under two headings, static friction and dynamic friction. Let us know the meaning of static friction. Static friction means, just here observe the, just imagine the example. Suppose if we kept one book on the table, it remains until it is disturbed by some external force. Okay. So in this example, here the force acting between the book and the table surface, it is called a static frictional force. The force which is acting in between the book surface and the table surface, it is called a static frictional force. Just understand the example what I am telling here. Kept the book on the table. Observe here. The book remains under rest condition until it is disturbed by some external force. Okay. The disturbance of that book also depends upon the magnitude of the applied force. So first, initially when it is under rest condition, the frictional force that is acting between the book surface and the table surface, it is the best example for static frictional force. This static frictional force, it is self-adjusting force. Why it is called like that? Because suppose if we apply some maximum force on the book, here the frictional force also increases up to certain extent. So if we apply the magnitude of the force to a higher value, that is higher than that of this frictional force, then only it moves through some distance. So therefore, when the external force is increased beyond this limit, then only the body moves. Otherwise, it remains under rest condition. So, static frictional force, it is developed in the contact surface between the object and the surface. Therefore, it is called a static frictional force. Second one is dynamic frictional force. This force develops when one body moves over another object or when one body moves on the surface. That's why it is called as dynamic friction. It is developed when the two bodies in contact which are in relative motion. So best example for dynamic friction is sliding friction and rolling friction. Sliding friction means just if we leave some object on some inclined surface, it moves very easily, okay, to the downward direction. So during this movement, it will experience some frictional force, that is called as sliding frictional force. Similarly, all of you have learnt about the cycling. During cycling, we will experience the frictional force developed between the tires and on the road surface, that is called as rolling friction. Not only cycling, every moving object under rotational motion, here we have observed that rolling friction. Now let us read through some diagrams. Static friction means, here observe the diagram. If we apply some force, that is little bit amount of force, the object it could not move, because under this condition applied force and the frictional force are in balanced condition. Here the object remains under rest condition. So therefore static frictional force is called as self adjusting force. Because of this reason only it is called by the name self-adjusting force. So to move the object, we need to apply the force. It would be greater than that of static frictional force. Second example is sliding friction. Just if we move the object by applying maximum force, that is beyond that static frictional force limit, then the object will move slowly in the direction of applied force. So in this case also some frictional force is developed, it opposes the movement of the body, that is called as sliding frictional force. Next one is rolling friction. If we just roll one object over another surface, here in this example the body will experiences the frictional force, that is called as rolling frictional force. Now the frictional force, whatever it may be, sliding frictional force or static frictional force, it directly depends upon the normal reaction force. It directly depends upon the normal reaction force. So observe the first diagram. Here the object is kept on some horizontal surface. Here on this object some normal force is exerted by the surface. It is along perpendicular direction, perpendicular to the object. It is exerted by that horizontal surface. In the second example, that is when the body is sliding over that inclined plane, here also normal force is developed by the surface. It is also acting perpendicular to the object surface. So here observe the two diagrams very clearly. In both the cases, frictional force directly depends upon the normal force. It was developed on the object by the contacting surface. So therefore in both the cases the frictional force, it directly depends upon the normal force. Therefore it can be written as F is directly proportional to N. So if we replace that proportionality, then that proportionality constant is called as mu. Mu is given by F by N. So F is called as frictional force, N is called as normal force, normal reaction force. It is also denoted by the letter Fn. Both the representations can be used. Therefore, coefficient of friction in both the cases can be defined as it is the ratio of frictional force to the normal force. Therefore, static friction, as I already told, frictional force directly depends upon normal force. Therefore, mu is given by F by Fn in case of static friction, and in case of dynamic friction also mu is given by F by Fn. Mu is given by F by Fn. So next we will discuss about laws of static friction. So in case of static friction, applied force is always equal in magnitude and opposite to the frictional force. And the ratio of limiting friction to the normal force is denoted by some coefficient that is called as friction coefficient, that is called as static friction coefficient. Okay. Next one is force of friction. It depends upon the nature of the surface. It depends on nature of the surface, but it is independent of area of the contact. Frictional force, it depends on nature of the surface, whether it is polished surface or rough surface like that, but it is independent of the area of the contact. Next, for dynamic friction, once again the frictional force is opposite to the direction of movement of the body, and the ratio of dynamic friction to the normal reaction is constant. Once again, the ratio of dynamic friction to the normal force, that is mu is equal to F by Fn, is also constant. And one more thing is, in case of dynamic friction, that is under movement, as we increase the speed of the moving body, then the frictional force get decreased. That is, if the applied force on the object when it is increased, frictional force goes on decreases. This is in case of dynamic friction. Then here we will discuss the methods of reducing the frictional force. How the frictional force can be reduced between the contact surfaces. So here using some ball bearings, suppose in our lower classes we have come across, if we want to lift some higher objects, we use some simple machines. Okay, we use some simple machines. Why? That is in order to reduce that frictional force. Similarly, here also we are using ball bearings to reduce the frictional forces. And also in case of some machines, we use some lubricants, that is oils, to reduce the frictional force, or some grease, because in our first sem experiment, practical experiment, we have some flywheel experiment. So to run that flywheel easily, we apply some grease to that wheel. Okay, then only it executes some free rotation. Otherwise, after some rotation, immediately it stops when that frictional force is high. Therefore, to reduce that frictional force, we use some oil. Similarly, rolling objects. Rolling objects means rolling objects are having little bit lesser force compared to sliding objects. Therefore, to move the object, rolling movement will be easier compared to sliding motion. So in this way, we are having different types of methods to reduce the frictional forces. So these are the references what I followed here, and these are the MCQ questions related to this subject. Thank you.